Building a lean and muscular physique at about 10 to 15% body fat is actually easier than you might think. The problem is the habits that are preventing you to get there are really hard to break. That is why in this video, I'm gonna break down the most common reasons that people are failing to achieve their lean and muscular physique and how to fix them. But before we dive into that, if you're new here, I'm a doctor who insists on being a fit dad, so I need to be efficient. And I wanna show you how you can include fitness in your life regardless of how busy your schedule is. As I mentioned, losing weight and building muscle is actually pretty simple in theory. Lift weights, eat less calories, and burn extra calories with cardio. Yet so many people are failing to achieve their goal, or they're suffering through it the wrong way when they don't have to. And the main problem is human behavior. So I'm gonna help you break down some of the most common reasons people are failing to achieve their goal and how to get around it. The first big mistake that people are making when they're trying to lose weight and get lean is they're not lifting weights. If you lose a bunch of weight, I mean, that's a great achievement, but if you're not putting on any muscle in the process, then you're not gonna have any muscle to show. And you're gonna get skinny, but you're probably not gonna like the appearance of your body as much as you think you are going to if you don't put on any muscle. So you need to lift weights and try to target every muscle group 1 or 2 times per week. You can do that with as little as 10 to 30 minutes each day or 3 days a week. And I've got some videos on the channel with some very easy workout routines that you can do with very minimal time to make significant muscle growth progress. So it doesn't have to take a lot of time. There is a lot of variety in terms of what you can do to build muscle, but you need to work on building some muscle in the process. Not only is it going to help you have that muscular physique you're looking for, but it's also going to help you lose more weight along the way, because as you build up more muscle, you're going to be burning more calories at rest. The second big mistake that people are making is they're doing too much high intensity cardio. If you're pushing yourself to your limits with cardio, trying to burn more calories throughout the day, you're gonna end up fatiguing your body and putting yourself in a state of stress. Not only that, but a lot of high intensity cardio is going to force your body to take energy from the muscles as well as the fat. So you're going to be taking away the muscle that you're supposed to be trying to build, and that's going to contribute to you getting that more skinny fat appearance as you get lower on the scale. So you need to find the right balance of lower intensity cardio to achieve your goals, making sure you're eating the right amount of calories and doing weightlifting in the process so you can get to your goal the right way. Mistake number 3 is not doing enough cardio and relying only on reducing your calorie intake. You can only reduce your calorie intake so much before it starts to negatively impact your health and wellness and actually start to lead to holding on to weight and slowing down your metabolic rate. If you're in a constant state of starvation below the amount of calories that your body needs just to survive, then you're going to be putting a lot of extra stress on your body, leading to a high cortisol response, which contributes to putting on fat, not building muscle, and actually breaking down muscle. Not only that, but you're gonna feel terrible in the process. So ideally you wanna target reducing your calorie intake by about 300 to 500 calories per day, which alone is going to get you about 1 pound of weight loss each week, which is very sustainable. But in addition to that, you want to try to burn an extra 500 calories a day using low intensity cardio, because low intensity cardio is not going to provide too much systemic fatigue, and it's going to allow you to focus more on burning fat than taking muscle in the process. It's also easier to do for longer periods of time with less rest, so you can do it every day. So going for a hike or a walk on an incline treadmill is going to be an excellent choice. And if you can burn that extra 500 calories per day in addition to the reduced calorie intake for about 1,000 calorie deficit per day, that is going to allow you to lose about 2 pounds of weight every single week in a sustainable way. Mistake number 4 is keeping junk food in the house. If you don't get rid of the junk food and you keep it there in the house, high calorie snacks, you're going to be very tempted when you're hungry at the end of the day in a calorie deficit and feeling that hunger, or you're bored at night watching TV. You're going to be so tempted and it's going to be really hard to resist. And if you let yourself have that snack, you might not only waste your calorie deficit for the day, but very easily you could waste your calorie deficit for the entire week and stop making progress. Tip number 5, very similar to the junk food, is allowing yourself a cheat meal, but that cheat meal being a calorie cheat, which is not what we want to do. We want to maintain our calorie deficit from week to week on average. If you want to give yourself a cheat day and allow your calories to go up 500 calories to maintenance, and then on the next day reduce the calories a little bit more for the rest of the week, you can do that. Or instead of eating your regular healthy meal that you would have for dinner for the week, have your cheat meal be something that's unhealthy that you're looking for, but not overboard on calories. The biggest mistake is going for a cheat meal and eating 300 calories and completely wiping away your week's hard work of reducing your calorie intake, and you're suffering through the week, but still eating at maintenance once you go and on the weekend have your cheat meal or your cheat day. And now you've wasted all that time and energy and progress on a single meal or a single day and really set yourself back. What's worse is you can very easily put yourself into a calorie surplus, and then you'll be suffering during the week, reducing what you're eating, not enjoying what you're eating, and then you're overdoing it on the weekend and still gaining weight. Tip number 6 is going to be to plan your meals in advance and meal prep. You don't have to do fancy meal prep, but some sort of preparation. And if you want to check out the video linked above, it's an easy veggie prep that I do, and it lasts a whole week or so. It's very versatile. You can make burritos with it. You can do eggs, omelets, frittatas. You can do burrito bowls, whatever you want to do. There are so many options, and I list some of them in the video and show you how to put them together. So if you prepare in advance and plan in advance, it takes away a lot of the time and stress, making it a lot more convenient to stay on track with your goals. Tip number 7 is to avoid drinking your calories, and that could be any liquid that is not 0 calorie. Milk, cream in your coffee, alcohol, soda, anything that has calories, you should avoid drinking it because it's not going to fill you up. And if it's high sugar, it might just lead to more cravings to eat more later on. A great way to fix that is to get some 0 calorie drinks, carbonated beverages, hot drinks like tea and coffee. Those things are going to help you feel more satisfied and not craving food as much, especially if you're staying hydrated and drinking plenty of water. Also, if you're drinking coffee in the morning, the caffeine will help to reduce your appetite a little bit so you can delay that first meal if you'd like to. The final tip is going to be sleep. You need to get adequate sleep for recovery from the gym, as well as to reduce the overall stress your body is feeling from eating in a calorie deficit and doing cardio on top of that. If you're not getting adequate sleep, it's going to mess up your hormones, and again, that cortisol response is going to come into play, making it hard to lose weight and hard to build muscle. So once again, it really only takes the basics to achieve this goal. You just need to set your expectations right and plan ahead to make sure that you're not doing any of these key mistakes that are going to hold you back from achieving your goal. Let me know in the comments if one of these things has been a major barrier for you and how you plan to fix it. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video.